Okay, and welcome back everybody to part 10 of my Great Plains J-3 Cub 40 build. Um, in this video, we'll be finishing up the wings. There's the main wing panel up there. It basically just needs to be covered. We need to finish the linkage for the ailerons. We're using a bell crank system for this one and one single servo. We won't be able to have any differential with this, but this is the original kit design, so this is what I'm going with. Right now I'm working on the ailerons here. I got the main base panel here slotted into the leading edge. And I got it marked where I'm going to be putting all the ribs. So I'll be continuing with that, getting them built, covered, and then we will be getting the wings sanded and covered, and then we'll be moving along. We're getting real close here. I know it's been a while since I've had a Cub video up, but I took a short break out to do a quick build on a Wanderer. I just wanted to have something wooden flying. All my planes are foamies right now, and so I did a quick build on the Marks Models Wanderer to give me a little break from this one, but we're back to it, and we are continuing on. Okay, and we're back real quick. I got all the rib pieces cut for the aileron. Both ailerons, actually. There's all the parts necessary for the other one. And when I cut these, I didn't measure and cut them exactly to length. I left them a little bit long so that I could sand them to the final length. That way, if you try to measure exactly and then cut them exactly, you could end up, you know, a 30-second short, depending on the width of the width of your blade and how accurate or good of a balsa cutter you are. You could end up with something that's a little short. So I leave them a little long and then I sand them to the exact length that I need. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get these glued up and see how far we can get with that right now. And while I'm at that, I'm going to be flashing some of my favorite YouTube channels across the screen here so that you can see them. You guys really need to check some of these people out. They're really good builders and flyers. I check for new videos from them every single day. So let me get on with this, and we'll get right back to you. Okay, and welcome back. We got all the rib pieces glued on both sides. Um, we still need to sand a bevel into the leading edge and then sand these ribs back to a taper on the trailing edge. And then we have to sand a little bit off here, or cut a little bit off, but I'm going to wait and actually attach them to the wings, and so to make sure I get that perfect. I think that'll be a better way to go. But right now I'm going to go ahead and catch up the other aileron to where we're at with this one, and then I'll do all the sanding at once. All the wood glue will go on at once so they can dry up. Let me go ahead and take care of that, and I will get right back to you. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Got some more done here. Got the other aileron caught up to where we were with the first one, and I got the ribs sanded to length. Been thinking about the hinges. Be using these pin style hinges here, and I've got the leading edge here marked, the center line, and also where the hinges are going to go. These hinges are quite a bit longer, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some little blocks to put in here. This obviously won't be one of them because it's a little short, but I just cut it for to check the concept out here. So I'm going to stick that on the both sides to thicken it up for that hinge, but I'm going to wait and glue them in probably after I I sand the taper into these ribs, because I don't want, well, as you can see, this is flush with the leading edge here. I don't want that. I want this block to be lower than the leading edge and lower than the ribs, because I don't want it to interfere with the covering. I don't want to be able to see that extra block through the covering. So it's going to be hidden. So I'll have to sand a bit off of this to get it to sit down in lower. And of course I'll do that on both sides. There's 4 hinges per aileron, so we'll need 8 of those blocks cut and sanded and fit down in there. Excuse me. And then I'll be using Captain Rob of RC Model Geeks' technique here, and using my soldering iron to burn a hole through here. As he says, it stops the wood from splitting if you drill it or cut it. If you burn it, it's a lot better hole. And then you can always use a drill bit to clean it out a little bit. So I'm going to try that technique for the first time here in a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and at least get these blocks cut out and set aside for later. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and start sanding these ribs. So let me do that, and I will get back with you. Okay, and we are back. Got a little bit more done here. Got the taper put onto those ribs. Turned out pretty good. I still got some more sanding with some 400 grit or so paper. This is just a rough sand, but it's looking pretty good. Yeah, happy with the way that turned out. And I also got the those blocks cut. Remember, those are the ones that are going to go in here for support for the hinges. They're all cut and ready to go in. I'll have to tweak them in. Remember, I'm going to sand the bottoms off of them a bit, because I don't want them sticking up above this leading edge or this rib here. We don't want them showing through the covering. So yeah, but unfortunately it's come to the end of the day. It's going on 6 p.m. here, I think. these things always take longer than I'd planned. I'd planned on doing a lot of covering today, but that's going to have to be another day, maybe tomorrow when I wake up, have my coffee, and I'll get back to work on this, gluing these in, and we'll be putting in the hinge holes here with the soldering iron. See how that turns out. But yeah, they're pretty much done. Not a lot left to do on them. Maybe, I don't know, an hour's worth of work, maybe. Probably not even that long. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it here for now, for this video, and we'll get back to it again tomorrow or the weekend. But yeah, please like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And hopefully you enjoy the videos that I'm making here. So yeah, we will see you next time, and you all take care now. Bye-bye.